Today I'm talking about Yoshi, the character that I think everybody really felt had a ton of potential in Smash 4, but kind of just fell off as the years and days went by. But I want to talk about him in Ultimate, how I think he's going to fare, and how he's going to do a little bit better in this game compared to the last. With that said, let's get started. So I'm going to say that in general, Yoshi actually looks quite similar to a Smash 4 incarnation, and isn't going to benefit or get a negative from too much of the changes in this game. But he does have three main changes that I'm really looking forward to in Smash Ultimate. Now, the first of these changes is the changes to his up air. Now, this could be seen as a buff or a nerf, but I'm going to say that in general, this is going to be a buff because it makes Yoshi a lot more consistent. And that's that his up air now has a new hitbox and essentially just a whole new move. Now, in the past, Yoshi just kind of flung his tail straight up, did quite a bit of damage, it was a pretty good combo tool. You know, not the best, but not the worst, and could kill actually pretty early. In Smash Ultimate, it's essentially the same thing, but with a much easier to hit hitbox that might kill a little bit later. Now, the thing is for me, I'd, for the most part, take consistency and being able to get it out more and being able to combo a lot more with it than having to be like frame perfect to even hit this thing. I think there's a lot of characters not be able to hit his upper at all because they can just DI away because they're really, really light. Now, another change that I think is just awesome about this character is the fact that now his up B, his eggs, actually bounce. And, you know, I never thought this change would come. I never even thought about a change like this. And, you know, I still kind of wish that Yoshi actually had a recovery. But not having a recovery, this is still pretty fine. And essentially what it allows Yoshi to do now is to actually play pretty defensively because you can throw your eggs really far, have them bounce, and apply a good amount of pressure and, you know, kind of force your opponent to approach because if they don't, they'll keep getting eggs in their face all day, deal damage to their shield, or just put them into bad situations. At the same time, you can also play very offensively with this by throwing an egg pretty slowly and then going in with your egg, you know, getting a lot of shield pressure out of that, maybe getting a grab out of that, maybe getting a forward air, maybe baiting your opponent to try to block it and then grab them, or you could throw it pretty far and then try to follow up right behind it. I think there's a lot of options with these bouncing eggs, and I don't think that they're going to be like the best projectile in the game at all, but they're a lot better than they were in the last game, and that's really hype for Yoshi. Now, finally, I've heard from pretty much everyone that his grab is just going to be a bit better in this game. Now, I'm assuming that that means that it's going to come out a bit faster or end a little bit quicker, but no matter what, I mean, his grab always kind of suffered a lot in Smash 4, and making it better in, you know, just about any way is going to be really useful for Yoshi. Now, in addition to this, most characters kind of lost other grab combos, but Yoshi still seems to have his grab, you know, jab them a ton while they're in your grab, and then release. So that's going to work pretty well. So grab, pummel, release, jab. That's not going to be bad. And as well, it seems like Yoshi might be able to go down throw into up air now. Now, he could kind of do this in Smash 4, but the problem for Yoshi was that his up air was, as I said earlier, just kind of awkward and really small. But now that his up air is quite a bit bigger and quite a bit more round shaped, I think this should be quite a bit more consistent. And I hope that it'll make so that he can actually get more combos off a throw at low percent and maybe kill off a bit higher. Now, talking about Yoshi in Smash 4, he was a character that everybody had so much hope for, and everyone thought had potential to be like a top 5, top 15, top 20 at least character, but in the end didn't actually do that well. And I think like the main problem for Yoshi is that he wasn't really a super aggressive character or a super defensive character, and none of his tools were, you know, amazing. He had a lot of good stuff, he had a lot of really fast moves, but the problem was that, you know, he could run in, go for a forward air to approach, and then he just kind of had to back out because he couldn't do much else, and rinse repeat. Or go for a nair, or run in, go for a pretty risky jab, or go for a really risky grab. There wasn't way too much extremely safe stuff that he could do that could lead to a ton of damage, that could lead to a ton of combos, and if he went for the really unsafe stuff, well, your opponent would probably also go for unsafe stuff and get a lot more out of it because other people's combo games just in general worked a little bit better than Yoshi's. I felt Yoshi by far wasn't a bad character, but just didn't really have anything broken about him to make him a really great character. Add that to the fact that his damage was pretty good, but he couldn't get kills all the time and was pretty unreliable in doing that. I think it made so that, again, he wasn't bad, but he wasn't amazing. Smash Ultimate, I think he's going to be, in general, kind of in the same spot, where he doesn't have anything extremely amazing about him now, but he seems to at least do a little bit better. The up air, I think, is going to make him a lot more consistent, maybe give him a kill combo, which I really hope it does, but maybe it won't. And as well, his egg toss is going to make so that he can play a lot more defensively and still up pressure, or a lot more offensively and still up pressure. Now, against characters like Sheik that can just spam needles, obviously you can't do that, or even against a lot of the other campy characters, yeah, you can't really out-camp them, or even Bayonet's bullet arts. But against the majority of the cast, you're going to have a lot more options now. And I feel like Yoshi's probably going to be a lot better in a lot more matchups. And while I don't think he's going to, like, you know, demolish any top tiers or anything, I think he's going to have a good chance to be a pretty good character. And I'm hoping that he's at least at the high end of mid tier in this game, maybe some potential for high tier. I think he's a better character, not that much better, but does have some potential to be, you know, pretty good in this game. With all that said though, guys, those are all my own personal opinions about Yoshi in Smash Ultimate, a character that I am still quite hyped to actually see in play, but that I'm not sure exactly, how well he's going to work. We're really going to have to wait and see with this character. With that all said though, guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you click that like button, click on the top right of the screen right now to see a card for a playlist of more Smash Ultimate analysis videos, and hit subscribe/notification button to see more videos like this in the future. As always though, guys, thank you for watching and have a smashing day.